and I am the Geekologist. Welcome to the Geekology channel, and today I bring you another Kiwi Ears. Hot off the press, this is the unveiling. The official launch happens today on the 25th of November. If you come here after the 25th November, don't worry, I'm sure you're not too late. I'm sure they've still got a few left in stock if you ask them nicely. Kiwi Ears started their life with the orchestra. The orchestra IEM was a 8 balanced armature in-ear monitor. It currently retails at $429. The follow-up, the Orchestra II, has a recommended retail price of $349. Not only that, but the number 2 version has 10 balanced armatures per side. That's not in total, that's per side. Each head shell contains 10 balanced armatures. Let's have a look. Beautiful head shells. Come on over, let's take a look at the product. Some rather nifty head shells. And they change colour when a light shone on them. They don't just stay like that. The ear tips, which we'll come to later, and there's all those balanced armature drivers put in there. One head shell says Kiwi Ears, the other one says Orchestra II. I did sort of slightly criticise Kiwi Ears previously about their case, but this one, no, I don't think I need to criticise that at all. Inside the case, we've got a modular single crystal silver plated copper cable with 2 plugs. One of the jacks is a 3.5, the other one is balanced 4.4. If you've got something posh, you can play balance with these. The tips on their less expensive models weren't quite as sophisticated as these. We've got 2 different sets of tips. Set 1 and set 2. A lifetimes of enjoyment with what we in the trade call tip rolling. Well, let's have a look and see. Just how quickly we can put these together. As always, I can never remember which side is which. That's my right, but luckily this is colour coded. What I've got to do is put it the right way round, which I believe there's a dot there telling me that that's the right way round. And that is how easy they are to fit together. Again, put them into the ears first. Get the dot at the front of the head shell. They fit like a glove. I think what we'll do now is we'll leave them out of the packaging, because for once these look better than the packaging. While we're at it, we might as well put the plug in. Fitting the plug into these things is pretty much foolproof. There you go. There is an instruction manual provided for all this stuff, but as per usual, it's not rocket science as to what you need to do. And what you need to do is get them in your ears and have a listen and see what you think, because I'm going to tell you now what I think. And in terms of my listening experience with them, I've been sent these over a week ago by Kiwi Ears, ready for the unveiling on November the 25th. This is, I believe, their intended flagship model to replace the Orchestra I. And the Orchestra II is my favourite in-ear monitor of 2025. And given that we're now almost at the end of 2025, they're likely to stay my favourite in-ear monitor of 2025. And the reason being, first of all, the bass isn't annoying in any way. In fact, the bass has got some viscerality to it, so you get some air moving around your ear canal region when you put them in, and put on pretty much any reasonable genre of music, apart from acoustic and classical, you're going to feel the lower frequencies hitting you, bass guitar, kick drum, etc. However, I'm not saying these are excluded from the genres of acoustic and classical, because balanced armatures by their very nature are that sweet spot in between the planar driver and the dynamic driver. The dynamic driver is traditionally thought of as being the bass specialist. The planar traditionally thought as being more for a refined, analytical, accurate sound. Balanced armatures hit that sweet spot in between, and provided they're tuned right and are using decent components, which these most certainly are, the bass can sound really good, and you also get that space and you get that detail, and these have got it in spades. For $349, the quibbles I had about the previous in-ear monitors that I got from Kiwi Ears were quite small. It was to do with the fact that the case wasn't very nice. Well, this one is lovely. It was to do with some of the cheaper models didn't have modular cables, so you couldn't use it on your favourite digital audio players. Well, these have got a lovely cable with that modular design, so you can plug and unplug to your heart's content. It's child's play. The fit, the looks are all typical Kiwi Ears, just that attention to detail is wonderful. But the sound is the most important thing, and the sound is what we look for in our flagship wired in-ear monitors. We expect an awful lot, and the Kiwi Ears has delivered an awful lot, whereas a lot of the top companies are producing flagship models well into the thousands of dollars. Kiwi Ears have actually decided to knock $80 off of their flagship model, from what I can see, unless I'm wrong. At $349, these are a no-brainer if you want a really, really refined, detailed sound that doesn't break the bank. This may be your personal Christmas present of choice. Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gents. I'm sure we'll meet before then, but if not, season's greetings to all of you, and until the next time. Bye.